Yeah. Hold up with a vision, it's Professor Bear's day. Ruling the game, coming hard, paving his way. Thoughtful and smart, yeah, the wisdom of man. In a world full of shadows, he's breaking the cap. Lighting up knowledge, hear the people cheer. With every step forward, he's shifting the gears. Professor Bear, yeah, he's claiming the state. With the power of wisdom, watch the ground shake. No mountain too high, no challenge too tough. When you roll with the bear, you know it's
beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good.
Wrestling Society Network. History, heart, and two paws up, baby. This is a Bear's Thoughts, breaking down the legends, the stories that shaped the squared circle. Professor Bear. Old school wrestling, like you ain't never heard it before. Hosted by the man with more knowledge than steel cages got steel. Only on the Wrestling Society Network.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me this evening. I am Professor Bear, and this is A Bear's Thought. And today's show is sponsored by two of my favorite things going on currently. Now, when I was a kid, I was into wrestling just like I am now. So, man, I would always bug my parents. Man, I wanted more wrestling stuff. So my dad finally bought me a wrestling ring. And man, I had all types of action figures. So one day I got smart and said, you know what? I'm going to make my own wrestling league. And I took Batman, Superman, all them, and I made me a big federation. And I ran that too. So, of course, getting older, I had to get a job. And lo and behold, I got a job at Toys R Us. Now, for y'all who never heard of Toys R Us, man, go Google that because your kid's going to be bugging you soon about it. I, man, would get all the action figures. I still collecting them. I got them all. So, you know, working and becoming a man and having a family, man, I had to let some of that go. So then one day I'm out cleaning the garage and lo and behold, I found my figures. I'm tripping. I found my original first line of ECW figures. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. But in today's time and market, man, I could really use that money. So I decided I'm going to sell them. But man, I'm too lazy to be on the internet trying to sell them on eBay and all that jazz. So I'm thinking I just need to find someone who could just sell them for me or buy them from me. Luckily for me, I'm in the Tennessee area, East Tennessee, and I found a shop that's not far from me in Clinton, Tennessee. It's called Tag Team Toys and Collectibles. And when I tell you they have a range of different wrestling stuff, it is crazy. They got the action figures, they got the accessories, they got the title belts. Just was in there today, and they just got the WWE World title, which is a big ripoff from the big gold belt, but I'm going to calm down and let it ride. I'm telling y'all, it is an amazing place. Plus, they have VCR tapes. Now, if you're not old enough to know what a VCR tape is, in the beginning of my intro, that's what that was, a VCR. So they have all kinds of different things. So what I would suggest you do, if you're in the market for that, is to go on Facebook and look up Tag Team Toys and Collectibles. You would not regret it. Now, speaking on my childhood, this brings me to my other sponsor, Chops Cards and Print on Demands. Man, I again, just a big nerd. I collected baseball, football, wrestling, basketball cards. I just was with it. Then as a kid, I said, one day I'm gonna have my own card, and everybody's gonna love me. But then the little problem came in. I'm not athletic. Hey, and also I'm lazy. I don't want to have to put in work to get a card. So that dream died until I found Chops Cards and Print on Demands. They are running the game on doing independent cards. I'm telling you, it's so professional. They have so many different styles. I am working on mine right now, and they have a deal which you cannot beat. You can get 18 personalized trading cards for $50. $50, man, can you? There's no way you can beat that unless you use my code, BEAR15. If you use that code, you'll get 15% off your entire order. Yes, you can just get those cards and just be minted in whatever you want. That's Chops Cards and Print on the Van, your number one for independent trading cards. Now, boys and girls, men and women, guys and gals, you know, every time I have guests on, they are super special to me. And a lot of them catch my attention for some doing something. Maybe I was going through and saw a match, or maybe I'm on Facebook because I stay on there. I think I'm on Facebook more than anything because I'm an old man. But I ran into this gentleman, and just seeing some of his stuff on his page, I was like, wow, I wonder what his story is. Then I see he's part of a tag team. If anybody knows Professor, knows I'm a big tag team aficionado. I love tag teams. I can talk about it for days. And then I was like, let me reach out. And lo and behold, they decide to grace my show with their appearance. Guys, thank you for joining us today on the show.
It's not a
What's
problem.
good with you? Actually, let me hit that intro right quick. Let me go and hit that
Oh,
intro
here
right
you
quick.
done got him
You know how
started.
I go. You know
Oh
how I go.
nah. Oh nah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, throw up your sets and place your bets because the House of Spades are in the building. It's your boy, the Sir Bobby Chrono, the Champagne Don Ray Zion, and like I said before, the House of Spades.
There you go.
That see, I knew I was not making a mistake reaching out to you all. I can't wait to get into it. So let's get into it. The first thing I always ask every guest that comes on, how did y'all discover wrestling?
Hey, Bobby, you go ahead and shoot first on that one.
Okay. All right. So I love telling this story because I had a love-hate relationship with wrestling growing up. So my first exposure to wrestling was the night that Kane took his mask off. And I was 7 years old, and that scarred me for life.
Oh
I was
God.
like, I'm never watching wrestling again. This is what they put on TV. Oh my God, how could people enjoy this? What the hell happened to that man's face? Oh my Lord. Oh no. I had so many questions that I didn't want answers to. But then it runs back full circle because then wrestling was a comfort for me too. Because when I had a tragedy happen when I was a kid as well. It was when I a few years later. And I remember just being in my grandmother's room, just by myself, flipping through the channels. And it just so happened that wrestling was on a Thursday night, but it was TNA. So I was like, you know what? I know some of these people out here. Like I think Kurt Angle was in the middle of a match with AJ Styles or something, and I just ended up just watching it, and I was just like, that was the first time all day that I forgot that I was sad. All right, this might be cool. And I just kept watching it and just kept getting into it. And then eventually I was just like, I wonder if I could do it. Got to college, met somebody who was also about to start wrestling training. He was like, come with me. And I was like, you can just go to these places and just train? Like, it's that easy? So that was 2013. And then I kind of stayed away from it for a while. And then 2015 is when I actually started training. That's how I met Big Dog over here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to be that guy, but maybe I can get you on with Kane because he is the mayor here.
That was, I mean, listen,
Oh
I
yeah,
would
he
love
is up
that.
in Tennessee. He did say that.
Yeah, I would love that. But I would have to tell him that story and just see how he reacts to it because that was that was like, mate, oh, damn, that was over 20 years ago.
I mean, he'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like he would.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I don't want to take over, but I think you would appreciate this. So I actually worked at Toys R Us, like I said, and one day it was a Tuesday. I'll never forget it. I was stationed in electronics, with the games and stuff. We just opened the store, so I'm just standing there, nothing happening, and I'm just standing. Then I noticed a guy walk through the door, and it was on the other side of the building, but I could see, and I saw him, and I like, he just stuck out to me, and I'm like, Jesus, that guy got to be tall if I'm seeing him from this far away. And he kept walking, and I'm like, damn, he looked really tall. Then I got a clear look at his face. I'm like, damn, he's ugly too. Then all of a sudden he got into like perfect view. I'm like, oh shit, that's Kane.
That's gotta be Kane.
And he's walking. And then I got the next thought going in my mind is, damn, he's not as tall as either he's not as tall as I thought he was, or I'm taller than I think I am. Because damn near can see him eye to eye.
I ain't gonna lie, I had that problem all the time. I'm taller than I think I am.
Well, see, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I met him. He was cool. He had just wrestled on Raw somewhere on the West Coast that night. So I was like, man, he must have just got in town.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that was an amazing thing. But to see him and just like, holy crap. But I'm sorry I had to tell the story. Go ahead, Big Dog.
Nah, that is one thing about this wrestling world. Like, you will run into a lot of random people in a lot of random places. I ran into Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax at a Target. I run into Samoa Joe in Wawa all the time. So like, you never know who you're gonna run into when or where. You really don't.
Yeah.
Now, as far as a background for me, my grandmother in Dallas, she's an AWA fanatic. So she has tapes, she has pay-per-views, she has all this stuff stored up, like you said, on VHS, mind you. So anytime when it was wrestling or football, everybody sit down, shut up, be quiet, watch the TV. And so it was like that for a while. And until about middle school, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know about DX, you know about NWO and all that, because this was around like 96, 97. but I didn't really care until I saw this one match, and the match I saw was Booker T versus Eddie Guerrero, and that's when I'm like, I need to figure out how to do this.
Oh,
So I
there
had
you
to sit up
go.
here, get through everything, graduate high school, promised my parents I graduate college first, got my 2 degrees, got out, and I started training about 2010 after, getting a little sidetracked with, arena ball, MotoGP, teaching at Morehouse, stuff like that.
Everything.
But once I got on, and then came to Florida, met Bobby, and then I want to say since about 2015, 2017, since then, we've been on a steady consistent. And we just been out here in the circuit doing our thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So, with the training, how long did you train before you actually had your first match?
Ooh, I want to say for me, I was at WWA 4 under Mr. Hughes. So at the time, I'm training with guys like Uha Nation, Apollo Crews, AR Fox, Jonathan Gresham. I'm training with beasts like that before I even know these guys are beasts. But it was about a good year and a half before I got my first match.
Okay.
For me, it was a while. It was a long time because I started out and I was a ref at first. And I was like, I feel like this is kind of my spot for right now because there was a lot of times where I was just doubting myself. I didn't think I was going to be as good as I didn't think I could be a good wrestler. So I was just like, I'm gonna be a ref for a while. And then I kind of stepped away for a while and I came back. So it was about 5 or 6 years until I had my first match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this boy could do a buckshot lariat first off the rip before we even knew what a buckshot lariat was. Just putting that in there.
So then, and that's something I was going to ask. Do you think being a ref, going down the path you went, made you better at what you're doing now?
No, I don't. I mean, in terms of being around the ring and getting that exposure to matches and actually learning the craft, it kind of taught me some sort of placement. But in terms of like my actual growth as a wrestler, it wasn't helping me because I didn't feel like I was pushing myself to the level I could be at. I was just in a place where I was kind of comfortable. And I did learn some things, but I wasn't learning where I wanted to be. And that was actually like being a wrestler. So once I took this first step, I was like, I need to start having matches, even if they aren't as good as other people's matches or everything. I need to see where I am like over a course of time, because if I don't start, then I'll never know.
So then mostly it was your doubt of yourself that you could actually do it.
Yeah, more than anything, yeah. Like it was a lot of that, but now that's all gone. Like,
so what brought y'all together as a tag team?
Honestly, on my end, I'll say this. Originally, it was me. I'm already wrestling, and I'm trying to push him. I'm like, bro, you can do this. You can do this. You are more athletic than you think you are. There's other people out here that don't have the charisma that you naturally do. You need to get up in here. So at the time, I was wrestling for this other company and working with Brothers in Arms at the time. And so around 2020, after I broke off from that company, it was one of those things to where it was offset from the go. I'm like, go on and get in here. We started a little faction called House of Spades, and now it's blown up to what it has blown up to. Now you got
first
people
of all, let me
begging to
interrupt.
jump and join in.
He was beating me up for the first couple matches, so I didn't even go cap. He was beating my ass.
You need to get over it.
Listen, all right, so I joined the House of Spit. They hazed me in. They hazed me in. They so
There is a
my
hazing
first match.
process, yes.
So my first match was against Wolf, and he power bombed me almost out of my shorts. My second match was against him, and when I tell you he German suplexed me, and my dumb ass, I was 155 pounds. I jumped, and I was like, "Oh, cool." We were in a dark room, mind you. I was like, "Why'd they turn the lights on?" That was not a good thing. All right. Third time, there were three times and they were back to back to back. The third time was in a tag team match, and they double
They
choke
were back
slammed
to
me.
back.
Yeah, they
They
were.
were.
Yes. And the third time was when he choke slammed me with Wolf. They double choke slammed me, and I almost went through the ceiling. We were in a low boy, mind you. We were in a
Was it a
low
low boy?
boy, and I almost
Was it a
went through
low
the ceiling.
Oh my god.
But I knew from 2015 when I met him, I walked up to him, I was like, we need to be a tag team. And that was before he had joined Brothers in Arms because his partner at the time was reluctant to do a lot of the things. And I was just like, I'll just do it.
Yeah,
And
and that
that's
was one of the. It's like it was so much potential that we had to do. He would not do it. Bobby would.
and the thing is, it wasn't because like I was trying to outshine him or do anything, take his spot. It was just because I wanted to push myself as a wrestler, which is
Right.
why I'm willing to do half the things that I do in the ring, if not 95%. So
Bobby
that's
wanted
just
it more than my old partners did.
And that makes a difference, honestly. I definitely, because if you don't push yourself, why are you in wrestling? This is you have to want something. If you're not trying to be the best or to conquer something, you have to have a motivation to get into wrestling.
Mhm.
And I mean, hell, you want to be the best referee if you're a ref. You want to be the best announcer if you're the announcer. Whatever, you want to be the best. So I have so many issues when people don't believe in themselves and they just taking up space. It's like, what the hell are you here for?
yeah.
Just there, they're being complacent. They don't want to move up to the next level. Hey, they won't even challenge themselves at practice just to learn different moves, learn a different sequence, do something out of the ordinary, do something new. You never know where you can go with that. But because they have that lack of ambition, they just, like I said, get stuck and complacent.
Yeah. Um, so what's up? I got to go back. So getting hazed into the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
That was the thing.
once they let you in, did you think I'm getting my licks back somehow, some way?
I I couldn't. I couldn't. We never were on opposite sides of the rings after that.
I mean, we have little, hiccups here and there, mid match and stuff like that. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, unless we're in a tournament to where we have to face each other, we're not going to.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
we're not those tag teams that sit up here and turn on each other. Oh, I don't like you no more. Oh, I don't want to be here. No, if you want to leave, you can leave. But as far as us being a team, unless it's some gold or a goal in between us, not trying to fight you. Now,
Yeah.
let's say we're in the finals of a heavyweight tournament, then yeah, brothers gonna scrap just because that's how it is. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be fighting each other or infighting to fight. We should be fighting each other to get better. So
Definitely.
for me, unless it's going to the next step, there's no reason to turn on each other.
That's exactly how I feel because I have to attribute most of my success to him because when I came back, he was the one who was just like, let's find places to train, let's go out, let's go to these shows. He was the one who was bringing me around to places and getting me my opportunities. But not just that, but like even over the course of my career, like if it wasn't for him pushing me to be the wrestler that I am and believing in me, I don't think I would have probably came back and taken that step. but not and when he goes out, we can be a tag team and still do single stuff is our goal. Because he's gone after the heavyweight championship in multiple companies. I have no problem with that. I ain't like, war. Like, listen, big dog, go ahead, get that gold, bring it back.
And I'm trying to push him to do the exact same.
So
Get
that's the
there, get
thing.
these goals, get those accolades.
Like
And
he's been there for some of the biggest moments that I've had in wrestling. Like he's pretty much been at ringside. Like, so I can't even say anything about that.
and that's a great formula for not just a tag team, but honestly a brotherhood. Because if you because basically when you're teaming with somebody, then you have to get to know that person to be a great tag team. And like you both of y'all said, it's gonna be some disagreements. Y'all not always gonna agree, but you want to ascend to the top together. And if he has opportunity, you want to be, hey man, go do that. So
Yeah,
because when you get big, I get big.
exactly. That's
Anything
how we
we
see
do,
it.
anything we do, it's us. It's always going to be us, and that makes for a great. I mean, truthfully, what I think of when I think of things like that is like the Horsemen. No matter what you saw in the fighting, they always was a unit. They knew, okay, the success of the unit means, okay, this is your time to go get that.
Yep.
I'm cool, I do this, but you go get it. Go bring it home for us. And I think that is always the best mentality if you're going to do a group or a real tag team, as I like to call real tag teams, because you can be paired with anybody and do a tag team match, but you're not a real tag team unless you build chemistry with each other.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. And even right now, with us right now standing as, the Florida heavyweight tag team champions right now, even then I've had the Real Pro Top Crown title and I've lost that title. He is now Real Pro's legacy champion. And right now, he is going to make that belt be more important than the Top Crown title. So by the time when he gets to the Top Crown title, oh boy, it's going to be game bust.
740 days I've been champion.
740.
740 days.
You
How
better
many
go,
people can say they've been champion for 740 days?
Oh,
man.
I had the Top Crown for what, barely over 6?
It
I
was
ain't
it
even
was
got
a it
that.
was 600 and nothing. Listen, we was keeping track. We was like 607, 608. I think it was like 610 by the time
But
we lost
still,
it.
you're at 740. Bro, come
It
on.
was listen, when I saw Okada do 720, I was like, I hope I can get a 700. I think this is one of the coolest things ever. Not even gonna lie to you. Like when I tell you, like growing up, like as a kid, like when I tell you the doubts were always there. Like I'd be like, I could wrestle, but I don't think I'm ever gonna be champion. This right here validated everything that I like. I was wrong. I was invalid as hell. Like everything that I ever said
Mhm.
about myself was wrong because this right here is like, okay, kid, you may have something going for you.
And what is more amazing, the reign is crazy, but you're a tag champion too. I
Yeah,
mean, that just shows your versatility, both of y'all's versatility. How, like I was saying before, y'all are a true unit, and nothing is going to beat the unit because y'all won't allow it to.
no, no.
Nope, sure won't. And even with this, what is this? Our 6th tag title?
Yeah, I think so. I've lost count.
I'm
I need
starting to
to keep
lose
track.
count.
So
Because
we
every
had
company, because every
two
company
real
we go
pro.
to, the goal is take those dang tag titles.
Okay, so we had real pro. We had two riot. We had division. We had local pro, and these are 6. So yeah. and 6. And while we've been together, he's been the heavyweight champion. And I think that was the same night that we lost our tag titles. I was like, go, cash in, do what you got to do, win that title. And guess who was doing the worm when he did the title? Poorly, I admit. But guess who was doing the worm when he won the title?
Who's that?
That boy
Man.
Bobby Chrono was more hyped up than I was.
I was so hyped. I cut a promo afterwards. I was like, listen, it don't matter. I told y'all that House of Spades was leaving with gold. And y'all's new heavyweight champion, the new Real Pro Top Crown champion of the world. Crazy. Oh my God. The way that promo, I was just like, yeah, y'all gotta love it now because this is y'all's future.
How hyped that reign was allowed me to go defend that title, not only in Zambia, but in Nigeria.
What?
Yep, took it back to the motherland.
Oh man.
Two shows. Heck, if I could have got the soft ground, I would have did that too. But since we was double dipping and I had to do some wedding duties out there, I'm like, I might as well go do some shows over there too. So yeah, that was like literally the beginning of that title reign. And from there, it was off the races. And now with them having the legacy title and cementing the legacy title, not to mention, that good old title defense against Danhausen.
What?
He's been doing his thing. He's been cooking.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but since we're going to talk about it, back in August, I did when I first brought. There was a different championship that the Legacy Championship kind of stems from. So I took the old belt and I got this belt. So my first opponent for the title was Danhausen, and I guess it was a banger of a match because it ended up winning the company's match of the year. But going into the match, I was like, what's the best way to piss these people off? Because over at Real Pro, I'm a heel. So I was like, I'm going to make sure everybody boos me out of this building. And by the end of the night, I got my wish. I got my wish.
That's cool. So, how many different companies have y'all wrestled for?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
All right,
I don't think we can keep track.
Well, then.
All right, let's try to go down the list a little bit.
Oh,
okay,
right,
so there was Outlaw. That's not around anymore. There was what was the other one? Knockout.
You got Outlaw, Knockout,
Riot, Real Pro,
Real Riot, Local,
Division Pro,
Atomic,
Establishment.
I wrestled for FSW during Vegas weekend.
I've done Scenic City Invitational.
That one.
So that was one.
What was the other one in Atlanta with
that was, oh my goodness. That was AWE.
Thank you. AWE.
Yeah, AWE.
Okay, I actually know AWE.
Yeah, so we did AWE down in Atlanta. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be in Alabama for Retinal Pro again. So I have to go up to Alabama tomorrow morning, and then I'm coming back here to wrestle for Establishment on Saturday.
I've done DCW. Actually, we've done DCW a couple times.
Yeah, there's that. Oh my goodness, there's so many that my goodness, we be listing them all day. Magic City.
What I guess I should have asked the question a little different is how many different regions have you been, like the Southeast, out West?
Region wise, I think we've done everything but like the true Northeast, like the New York, Boston area.
That's more for him. Like he can say that claim. I've done a few. I've been branching out more lately. I've been doing mostly the Southeast region. So for me, it's Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I think I wrestled in Ohio once. So I've been doing mostly that. I'm trying to get out more now. So next year I'm looking to wrestle in NOLA. I wanted to go to Las Vegas so I could at least see if I could try to get booked on some shows there. I'm going to be reaching out to some people out there. So if y'all want to book me on some shows, Las Vegas, listen, you got Bobby Chrono and Ray Zion right here. We available. We available. All right, but
Whoever.
yeah, that's just the thing. Like we're down for any place, anytime. Like at this point, we're just trying to make sure everybody knows who the hell we are. I feel like it's
Exactly.
about time.
Like
So
I've done Cali, I've done Texas, I've done Florida, yeah, done Ohio, but we still got, a couple of more states that we definitely need to check off.
Yeah.
so what is the overall goal for y'all?
The overall goal, as far as the House of Spades, is to have a full deck. So we need that full 13 members. So right now
So we
we're
got
filling that out accordingly, seeing what members are coming in. Of course, they got to pass initiation and all of that.
they got to get
But
jumped in
yeah,
apparently.
the main thing is we got to get that full deck. Now, after we get that full deck, it's to spread out, divide, and conquer. So if we have to have people over in Seattle, we need people over in New York, we need people over in like Indianapolis. It doesn't matter. We have those people who can
Yeah.
go and do these things. The main thing is to try to make sure we spread the name of the house everywhere we go.
And I think we're about to start branching out, gaining some new members soon. I don't want to say nothing about nothing, but we do have some. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Let's just say
Got some
some
plans.
heavy hitters are coming in. Some heavy hitters are
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
So
Y'all thought that we were already dangerous. Like just wait till next year when we flesh out the entire house. When we come up with everything that we
And
got
that
going
also
on.
includes the women. That
Yeah,
also includes them.
yeah. We got to fill out that. We got to get a women's title to the group. Got to get that women's championship.
Yep, can't have a house without a queen.
Hmm.
so then this is the goal is to be a Bullet Club-ish, NWO-ish type.
Nah, we're about to be a house
Nah,
because listen, the
the
Bullet Club.
house.
You want to know what's different? The Bullet Club has splinter groups. A house is undivided.
Undivided. If you need us there to back you up wherever you are and you're house affiliated, we will be there.
Man, I love it. I love it. So, in 5 years, where will the house be sitting?
In Japan.
Seriously.
Uh,
Because while you talking about Bullet Club, while there is, a couple of holes over there that need to be filled, House of Spades could easily be one of those factions over there. Easily. And I don't care if it's New Japan, Noah, 01, don't care.
In the next 5 years, I want us to go from being from being just nationally known to being internationally known. I want to start going and just doing stuff everywhere. We got Australia, we got Europe, we got wrestling in Japan, we got wrestling in Mexico, we got wrestling in freaking Cameroon and Africa right now. South ground in Uganda. What you talking about? We trying to go
Why?
everywhere. My
Why
main
not?
goal for right now, like in the next 5 years, I want to go to Japan. I want to at least challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship once. It,
And we
one
got new
time.
passports too. Might as well fill it on up.
nah. So, have y'all, besides being in Africa, have you wrestled anywhere else?
I've wrestled in Japan once up in Kyoto, and I'm still trying to branch in and break into the UK because I know we can do some damage over there.
And for me, I'm gonna have to just say no to that one. It's mostly just here.
So, so if someone asked y'all to describe your style of wrestling, what would it be?
What's the best
All
way to
right,
describe?
first, we gotta specify. Do you mean as a tag team, or do you want us to be as singles, or do you want us as both?
Both.
Okay.
Bobby, you shoot.
All right. So I feel like as a tag team, we are. What's the best tag team that would shoot? I guess we're Batista and Rey Mysterio, or Rob Van Dam and Sabu in some cases, because realistically speaking, he's the kind of guy who's a little bit more athletic. I kind of am the crash and burn guy, where I do some just reckless stuff sometimes just because I want to put on a show. And with them
I'd
being,
even give the new synopsis of to put it to a modern tag team right now. It would probably be Brodito, Bandito, and Brody King.
yeah,
Oh wow,
definitely,
okay.
because he can do all the athletic stuff and he's also got that size on him. And for me personally, I'm a little bit smaller. I'm 5'9". So for me, I gotta do a lot more. No, not a lot more, but I gotta be not even I gotta be, I want to be a little bit more flashy. But at the same time, I'm also a lot more reckless with my style. So I'll be like, I'll do a dive here and there. I like to springboard. I like to flip around and do some stuff sometimes. But at the same time, I'm more of a technical wrestler. So
I agree with that.
I do a lot of strikes and I do a lot of lifting and slamming. So one of my main moves that I do is um, I'll pick you up on my shoulders and it's just a Samoan driver, just straight down. But at the same time, I'll come off the top rope with a swanton or an elbow drop. It really just depends.
Yeah, that's true. Bobby can be flashy. He's a bit more technical than I am. And of course, he's a little more, for lack of a better term, lucha based.
Yeah.
As for me, because of my athletic background with football and everything else, I'm more elusive than people think when they see me. And so when I gets to moving, I gets to moving. So
That's
I can
yeah.
ground and pound, I can brawl, but also with my strength and my size, it becomes a factor very quickly. So when you match those two elements together, we make some magic happen.
So when will I see you all in the PWI top tag teams?
Oh,
We
trust me,
hoping for
we're
next
working
year.
on that right now. We're working on that right now. Like we've already broken into, the black version of the PWI.
We
So
did
now
that,
it's just
and this year we made another list too for another tag team list. But that number was, I feel like that number was disrespectfully low. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because with all the
well,
work we've
the
been putting
number is
in,
disrespectfully low because of the opponents and the caliber that we had, which were way higher up. And
mhm,
it's like, well, those guys wouldn't have got to those positions if it wasn't for facing guys like us. So I agree.
Yeah, I just saw um the indie version of I think it was top 500, and I hadn't really looked over it like I generally do. I was just looking for a particular tag team, and as much as I love wrestling, and I did not realize until this year that they had indie versions
mhm.
of all of that. So
Mm.
I've been really trying to do more research and follow it a lot more, because again, I love that they are taking the time to give y'all credit, give y'all light and spotlight on what y'all do independent, because in my estimation, as much as I love WWE, AEW, TNA, and all that, I think the indies are way too hot right now. It is just a magical time to be in the indies, because
Yeah,
you have so many different organizations. And now, with being on YouTube and streaming service, you can get out there so much easier. and people
Exactly.
can know your work.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing with, people making these indie lists. Like you got the IWX, you got the Top Florida 100. You have the platforms now to where, yeah, we don't have the biggest budget and the brightest lights, but at the same time, you still see
That
that we're out
spotlight
here
on
putting
people.
in work.
Hmm.
Right. We're drawing in crowds, we're putting in work. We are still out here doing our thing. And then, of course, you have these indies that are supplying these bigger companies. So now, if they're not copying what we're doing, they're just straight up just trying to hire you and get you in there. So therefore, you're no longer competition.
Right. Definitely. It like right now look like WWE is trying to corner the market on taking over everybody.
I mean,
And
shoot, if they want to offer me a contract and pay my bills, I will not be upset about it.
Won't be upset about it one bit, but at the same time, until they do, we're gonna keep it grinding out here and keep stacking up
Exactly.
as much as we can.
um,
Because no matter what, over the years, I've literally had people in NXT, people telling me NXT coaches, WWE, etc. They will steal my catchphrases. They will steal my moves. You even got people that will steal down to my outfits and mannerisms. Just because if they don't have an original idea, they are always looking at us to see what's the next big thing.
you know, one of the prime examples of that, I think, is uh, oh god, he just got moved up to the SmackDown. He's part of the tag team, and he's a
Made
mascot.
out.
Oh
Uh,
dang! Oh,
what do you mean?
I can't think of his name, but they were NXT champs they were the longest reigning NXT champs. They just got moved up to SmackDown. I think it was right before the summer. Axiom, Axiom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Axiom and
Axiom.
Frazier,
Yeah,
Fraction.
yeah.
Mhm.
Axiom. They stole they stole his look and mannerism from an indie guy. And he was trying.
Uh,
I remember that
not,
specifically.
not Mac. Dang, I can't remember his name right now.
Hey
It's not
kid.
Mac. Thank you, kid.
Yeah, and they were trying to.
Oh, you talking about how? You talking about Blanco? You talking about Blanco Loco?
Yeah,
No!
that
Oh my God! No! Oh no! I put it. Oh, the gears are turning. Oh, the gear.
baby.
Because we've worked shows with Blanco. We've worked shows. What's his new name now? Oh my goodness.
I can't remember his new name since he started the Senshi gimmick, but he
Oh my
literally took the
goodness.
mask off and started the Senshi gimmick just because
Yeah,
he can't use that mask no more because that's the exact same mask.
I didn't even. Oh no! Oh, that makes so much sense.
And it is so
He's
crazy.
still up at OVW right now, right?
I think so.
And what's his
OVW,
name?
shout out House No, all that good stuff.
Oh,
And,
Orion. Orion. That's what he was calling himself.
Right.
Yes. I had
and
to.
what's the name he's going by now?
Well, he. Shoot, that's a great question.
Is he still going by Orion?
I think he's wrestling under a different name now. I think it's is it Justin Black or something like that.
I cannot remember right now.
I'm not entirely sure, but he's dropped the Orion gimmick since then. Huh.
Yeah, and it's not right at all for them to be able, because again, I get flattery and all that BS, but that's not the y'all stealing the gimmick from someone who created it, was making money off of it, and you literally just took his whole gimmick and there ain't crap he can do.
Well,
That,
that's unfortunately the way it crumbles with, for lack of a better term, the carny way wrestling works.
Yeah.
If you don't have copyrights, like people will take anything at any time. And they'll even wait for your copyright to expire the day of and sign it up right under your nose.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention to stuff like that. Some stuff you can't copyright. Let's be real. You can't copyright moves. You can copyright a name, you can copyright an entity, but you can't like, say that's my move anymore because everybody and their mama gonna try it as soon as they think it looks cool.
Yep.
It's just part of the game now, unfortunately.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I've had some people copy some of my moves, and I was like, damn, I'm not even popular.
You'll have literal coaches being like, watch them, watch them, watch them. So now it's back to the point of now you're playing tit for tat. You like, well, you stole my stuff. Now I'm gonna try to steal your stuff. Now I'm gonna try to do your stuff better than you did it because now I'm pissed because I know for a fact you took that from me.
Yep.
Like I've had, like, especially when I came up with my double underhook Juneteenth, just because I didn't want to do the double underhook sideways pile driver. I'm like, so I don't do this move because I don't want to steal this guy's move. I tweak it and change it. And you telling me this exact same move is on TV next week by a guy that you fired anyway. So what was the point?
I ain't gonna touch that one with a 10-foot pole. But
I'll leave it alone for right now.
I'm not gonna say it didn't happen because
But it
I did witness it because he was using that move for a while, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that move showed up on NXT, and I was like, "Hey, Ray!"
really,
I was like, "Ray, that move, that's your
not only
move."
not only do indie guys telling me this, people out of NXT are straight up telling me this. Oh yeah, Coach said go ahead and steal his stuff. What? So now I know for a fact y'all are watching us especially in Florida. If you are an indie guy in Florida, trust me, whether they want to admit it or not, they are watching everything we do.
Yeah.
and that's something I was going to bring up. Is it, and I know it can be frustrating getting your stuff taken and stuff, but is it somewhat of a backhand compliment that they want to steal your move because
100%.
Oh, of course. But see, the problem is,
yeah.
of course, then who's doing it? Who's stealing it? Because that's when it becomes either the real backhanded compliment or it's just a straight up insult.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, of all people, you told this guy to steal my stuff. And then, like I said, first of all, you don't execute it properly. It looks janky. And then you still fired this same guy.
I'm just happy to be here. Listen, that's how I feel. Because I'm over here stealing people's stuff. I can't even. I was stolen stuff too. My finisher's stolen from Jay Briscoe. Like,
right. But but Jay Briscoe was doing it first. Nobody was doing my Juneteenth until me because I made it so I wouldn't steal another guy's move. And then you steal it anyway. And then you fired the guy.
My two finishers were stolen from Santos Escobar and Jay Briscoe. So I'm going to go ahead and shout them out real quick because I want to make sure that people know I do know where all of my moves come from. And I do it out of respect to the people who came before me. Because for me, Jay Briscoe was one of my favorite wrestlers when I was in college. And I really had the hopes of wrestling him until the unfortunate incident happened. And with Santos Escobar, I was a huge Lucha Underground fan also in college. And he was my favorite character on the show. He was Hijo del he was King Cuerno. King Cuerno. And he had this disgusting suicide dive. Just, yep, exactly. Yep, that's it. That's the one where he would just pull back an arrow, let it go. He would hit this rope, hit that rope, and dive. And I was just like,
let it fly, literally.
I was like, this guy's a monster. And I'm happy that WWE signed him. But, I had to shout those two out real quick just to let everybody know. I do know that I stole my finishers. I apologize to anyone who's offended.
He can say that. What I'm going to say is from now on, I really don't care anymore. If I can do it, I'm pulling it off. Because that's how it is. Cool, fine, well and dandy. Thank you. Unless you in the locker room with me and ask me not to do it, I'm probably gonna do it.
Oh man. So with all that being said, and what do you all think of the climate of wrestling today?
Today it's more open and more broad. A lot of people, they wish death upon whatever company they don't like and all this other mess. But as far as, actual workers who are in the industry, right now everything's buzzing. You got more companies than ever out here. You got more money floating around than ever around here. So right now is the time to get it in. Get it in before the bubble pops. Get in there, get your name out there, get famous as possible, get as famous as possible, make as much money as possible. Because right now, the world is ours. Everything is open. There are several options out here. So therefore, you can actually be successful.
For me, I believe that there's a lots of talent out there. It's so many different companies and so many different just wrestlers in general, like he said. So like you have people like Teriyaki who's just putting on just these weirdly athletic matches. Then you have Atticus Cogar who's a deathmatch wrestler who just connects with the crowd so well to the point where it's just like you can't help but get behind him, even though he's kind of an asshole on the mic. Um, you have people like you got people like Noah Vale, who's been holding Florida down, Daniel Starling, Malik Bosidi, Eli Knight, who just went ID. Um, you got just people who are coming up and just starting out.
August, Dawkins
August
is
Artois.
signed.
August Artois is killing it right now. Um, and it's not just Florida, but you have just so many people who are out here. And because of social media, this is your most powerful weapon right here. You go out here, you make your posts, you make your videos, you put your shorts out there. This is always going to be how you like. It's so easy to connect it with your audience because all you have to do is just click a button. So I feel like now it's it's better, but it's also to the point where there's so much talent, it's so competitive that we have to do so many different things to try to get to the next level. So it's it's fun. It's fun because I want to keep pushing myself to get to those levels to of those people who I spoke about before. So it's kind of just like it's insane. Then you get like even like old school vets, like you have the Chico Adams, the Vertigos, the D Ramoses, you got Ray Zion, and you have just so many people just out here just I don't know. It's just I'm happy. I'm happy to be a part of the scene.
You have a lot of people out here who actually care about what's going on. They're
Yeah.
not just doing stuff for them, but they're doing stuff for the industry.
And I think that's something that, and I don't know if it's more of me getting out and seeing a lot of indie people, getting to see the work, talk to them, diving in more than I ever did before. But I always it seems like this is the second coming of wrestling, the second boom that, like you said, take advantage of this. This is you have no excuse why you can't make a name for yourself. You can get out there and grind. You can get out there, social media, put uh, shows like mine. You can get on platform. You can sell yourself. There's so many different ways of doing it, but you don't have the excuse of I can't, because it's all here. Take
Yeah.
advantage of it.
If you want it, it shows, and the people can see that.
Definitely, definitely. Guys, I'm very thankful that y'all came on tonight. Um, everybody that comes on my show, I always love to give flowers, because we have the tendency of wanting to give flowers after people are gone. And that's a damn shame, because they can't smell them. They can't be appreciative of them. And my goal as a podcaster is to give guys like yourself a platform to let people know what you're doing, get out there, and maybe hell, we're sitting here having this discussion, and somebody from WWE sees y'all, love the way you're everything going on, and reaches out to y'all. I want to be able to help. And again, I want y'all to continue working, continue grinding, continue making the best platform for yourselves. And I appreciate y'all, because y'all are doing this for the sport we all love. And I appreciate it. And I know my fans appreciate it. So thank you so very much. And when y'all need somebody just to be a talker in the group, I can send my resume. Now I can't take the beat downs, but I can beat somebody up for you. So just remember Professor Brown when y'all need that.
Even this alone has been a big help. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Thank you for
sir.
giving guys like us a platform to, get our voices out there and get our voices heard.
I really do appreciate the time that you've given us, because it did give us definitely gave us a lot of a trip down memory lane, honestly. Trip down memory lane.
And that's good. And another thing that makes me really enjoy y'all is just listening to the way you talk and think. It's an old school mentality for today. And I love that, because I've seen so many younger guys who don't give homage to where it came from. And you have to. You got to keep that alive, or it gets to a point where the sport is going to go off the rails. You got to, no matter whether you like older wrestling or not, you got to keep that tradition alive.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Like, without my base five, I would not be the wrestler I am. Without
Yeah.
Mr. Hugh, without Booker T, without Devon, without Teddy Long, and without Norman Smiley, I would not be where I am.
I can say that about a lot of the people who've helped me along the way, because honestly, like I'm just sitting back with my ears open, just trying to listen to everybody and trying to take in as much as I can.
And to me, that's the best thing, because I don't care how old you get, you're never too old to learn. And just because you don't understand something, sometimes just keep your mouth shut, let your ears do the listening, and let it process. Because sometimes the best gems in the world, they can tell you, but it really don't sink in until later on. So, man, again, guys, I really appreciate y'all doing the show. Y'all had been really amazing. I enjoyed talking to y'all, and y'all have an open invitation. Anytime y'all want to come on, just holler at me. We'll get it worked out. And man, I wish y'all best success.
Hey, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. But, to the Professor Bear fans, once again, it is your boys, the Wild Card Bobby Chrono, the Champagne Don Ray Zion, the House of Spades. And anytime you need us to back you up, Professor, we got you.
I appreciate that. Guys, girls, thank you so much for joining me around the campfire one more time. And as always, support your local indie wrestling. You never know
Always.
who you see today will be that future superstar tomorrow. And it's okay to just let out and have fun. I'm telling y'all, you just never know. I truly do love indie wrestling more than I ever have in my life. So, guys, girls, again, thank y'all so much. We will be back around the campfire very soon. This has been A Bear's Thought. I'm Professor Bear, and we will be back. Y'all have a great one.